All right, we've got 32 participants today, and we're gonna give it about 60 more seconds to let others join, and then we'll go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, you can shout your name out loud or enter it in the chat box, and we'll get you in for the drawing.
Hey, this is Sandy Thompson.
Thanks, Sandy.
All right, Sandy, thank you. Jim, we got you here as well. Thank you. All right, everybody, it is 2:05, and we are going to go ahead and get started. First off, I would like to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy day to be part of this meeting here. And I want to go a little bit over me, what I do, Total Hearing Care, and then I will introduce our guest speaker, Taylor. I am very excited to talk to y'all today. We're going to talk about hearing and background noise. We're going to talk about hearing aids. We're going to also touch on some cognitive aspects of hearing and everything that that can impact as well. So I'm super excited. This is going to be very informative. I want y'all to stay tuned towards the end of the Zoom because we will have a drawing and we will have some other very nice gifts for attendees as well. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right, I'm going to make one last announcement. If you have not entered your name in the chat box or you have not said your name out loud, now's the time to do it. I'm going to give y'all about 10 seconds to get that done, okay?
Barry Hendricks.
Got it. Thank you, Barry. We got you, Will. Mark, we got you. Thank you so much for putting that. Lee Harmon got you here. And Therese, awesome. All right, Mr. Edwards, we got you here too. Thank you. All right, and can I get a thumbs up? Chris Matthews, we got you. Can I get a thumbs up if y'all can hear me? All right, I see some thumbs up here. So excellent, excellent. Okay, so my name is Paige Gainey, and I am one of the audiologists at Total Hearing Care. I work at, I am at our Abramson office, which is Walnut Hill Lane in 70, with not only their hearing, but their understanding, their clarity, understanding in background noise with the television, maybe with your loved one's voice. So if you know, or if you yourself have any difficulty with that, or you feel like your hearing aids are not working up to your standards, that you want more, please reach out to us so that we can get something that helps you more, okay? So Total Hearing Care, we just opened our Plano location. So if you have any friends or family members in the Plano area, we would love for you to come see Sherry Lynn Wiederman. She is one of our audiologists as well. We also have a new audiologist to our team, Dr. Matthew Webster, and we are excited to have him as well. So I would like to have a great introduction for Taylor Elbe, and she is a hearing instrument specialist. So she specializes specifically on hearing aids. That is what she does every day, all day. And she knows the ins and outs of hearing aids. And she specifically works for a manufacturer called Starkey. They are an American manufacturer, and they make hearing aids. So what's nice about Taylor is she knows the manufacturing part. She also knows the patient part, okay? And there has to be a connection between the manufacturing part and the patient part. And the connection is we have to communicate. So whenever during this presentation, if y'all have questions, if y'all have suggestions, she is always on to the manufacturer. She is the one that says, hey, patients are reporting this, patients want this, patients want to have better this. So at the end, we'll have about 10 or 15 minutes where we will have open-ended questions and also anything that you comments that you want to say that you want to give Taylor. And then also stay tuned at the end. She has some special offers for you. So Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over to you.
Hi guys, how are we? Is everybody having a good day so far? We all on mute? Anybody? Yeah, no? Okay. So today I'm going to start sharing my screen and we're going to go over a few different things. So we're going to go over cognition. We're going to go over hearing aids. We're going to go over what Starkey has to offer, the fun features that our hearing aids have.
Total Hearing Care, this is Brittany. How can I help you?
Maybe other
This is Sean. I'm trying to listen to the Zoom and I can see everybody, but I can't hear anything. Do you have any suggestions for me? Like I unclicked the mute button on the bottom.
One moment. Brittany, can you mute, please?
Okay, did we get that figured out? I think we did. Okay, good. So
Right, we should be good.
we should be good. Okay, perfect. So yeah, like I said, we're going to go over cognition. We're going to go over hearing aids, the really great features that Starkey hearing aids have to offer. And then
no, I don't know where that is. Audio options. I'm on a computer. Right.
okay. Oh,
I got it, Taylor. Thank you.
okay, perfect. So I'm gonna, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen and I'll go over the presentation. If any of you guys have any questions why I'm talking, please interrupt me, ask the questions as we go. We want it to be as interactive as possible. Don't save your questions till the end because I know if I don't ask right away, there's no way in heck I am remembering my question. So so go ahead, feel free to interrupt me and we will get going, okay?
Yes, absolutely. Taylor is all about the questions and she has great answers. So you go ahead and ask away.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and we're going to go over this PowerPoint. We're going to share and we are going to do this. And let's see. Oh, we're on the wrong screen. Isn't technology fun, guys? Don't we love it?
Yes, it either works with us or it doesn't work with us.
Yes. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Let me exit out. I'm still sharing. Give me 2 seconds so I can figure this out. I thought I had it earlier. Clearly not.
Taylor, one time we were doing this and I'm sure we have some Zoom participants that were there, but does anybody on the Zoom remember the snowpocalypse that Dallas had? We were doing, everybody was home, we weren't at work, but we had our monthly Zoom scheduled during the middle of that. And some patients, their pipes burst during the middle of the Zoom. I mean, it was crazy, but everything ended up being okay.
Well, good. So everybody, just so you know, I'm new to the Dallas area. I'm from Kansas. And most of the time back home in Kansas, when we got snow, there was like snow plows and you know, sand and salt. And here that is not the case. So it's definitely a learning experience for me, everybody.
I'm sure it is.
Okay, so I think I have it figured out. Are you guys seeing on your slide or on your side the prevalence of hearing? Do you guys see that? It says the effects of hearing loss and how we can help.
Yes.
Yes.
Got
Okay,
it.
perfect. So like I said, I'm Taylor Elbe. I am with Starkey Hearing Technologies. We are an American-owned company. We are based out of Minnesota. That's where our headquarters are. So where Starkey hearing aids, or have ever heard of Starkey hearing aids, that's where those hearing aids are made. So we don't do anything overseas or anything like that. So it's made in America. So first things first, I'm going to go over some statistics with you guys. I think this is really important to show that we are not alone when it comes to having oh gosh darn it. When it comes to having a hearing loss. So 37.5 million Americans have some degree of hearing loss. Within that, 40 to 50% of those over the ages of 75 years old suffer from some sort of communication difficulty as a result of their hearing impairment. And then 466 million people worldwide have a meaningful hearing loss. So with that being said, 37.5 million Americans have a hearing loss. That is a lot of people. So that means that we know someone, we suffer from a hearing loss, or we have a loved one that suffers from a hearing loss. So what are some of the causes of a hearing loss? So we have the natural aging process, right? We all know as we get older, things don't work the same. Unfortunately, I'm figuring out myself, and that includes our hearing. Also, excessive noise, chronic ear infections. There's a variety of diseases, birth defects, genetics, injuries or blows to the head or ear, and then medications or cancer treatments. And I'm sure Paige will back me up on this, but if you're going through cancer treatments, it's definitely really important to get your hearing tested before and after. So if you know someone who is going through something like that, definitely recommend that they go get their hearing tested. It's just really good to have that baseline before those treatments start.
Absolutely, Taylor. The ototoxicity of cancer chemo radiation can be extremely harmful on the ears, because the ears, they use the same filtration system and types of cells as like your kidney and your liver. And so whenever you have those cancer treatments, like she said, you want to get a good baseline and testing afterwards too. There are some significant ototoxic medications that do require you to have your hearing evaluated, at least depending on how long the treatment. It can be every weekly for certain medications. Yes.
Definitely important. So if you don't take anything away from this, definitely take that. So now we're going to talk about hearing, right? What is hearing? Hearing is the ability to perceive sound. So when we have a hearing loss, that's the inability to perceive sound. I think a big note there is perceive. So we can hear it, we know it, but understanding exactly what it is that we're hearing, that's what we struggle with. So we're going to go over some of these connections of other health conditions that hearing loss has a role in, or vice versa. There's going to be two that we're really going to pinpoint here in the next few slides, and then we'll kind of go into more hearing aids and the features to help with all of these health conditions in life. So first off, noise exposure. 4 million American workers go to work every day in an environment that is damaging to their ears. If you are a diabetic, or you know someone who is a diabetic, hearing loss is twice as common in people with diabetes as their peers without. High fever. A high fever can damage the cochlea and cause hearing loss. So, many years ago, without the westernized medication and all of that, a lot of people struggled with high fever and being able to break the high fever. So, your generation, the baby boomers, a lot of people have had hearing loss at a young age and just haven't been tested and just don't recognize it. Medication, like we went over earlier, there's more than 200 medications that may be harmful to your ears. So if you ever have any questions about the medications, obviously Google it, but I'm sure you could bring those into Paige and she could go into further detail with you about those medications.
Absolutely. We actually have a pharmacist as well that he and I work together, and we will look at your list of medications. So you can always call or fax or email or write it down, and I will get that with the pharmacist that I work with so we can figure out if there's any ototoxic medications.
Perfect. Osteoporosis. This can lead to sensory neural hearing loss, and this is the most common type of permanent hearing loss. We have cardiovascular disease. So people with low frequency hearing loss are considered at risk for cardiovascular events. So low frequencies are going to be like those deeper sounds, where the high frequencies are going to be more of screeching, when your dog barks and it's really piercing for your ears. Those are going to be more of your high frequency sounds. Ooh. Then we have depression. So this is one of the ones we're going to go into a little bit deeper with in the next few slides, but adults with untreated hearing loss were more likely to report depression, anxiety, and paranoia than peers who wore hearing aids. If you're a smoker, current smokers have a 70% higher risk of having hearing loss than non-smokers. And then dementia. So depression and dementia really go hand in hand in our cognitive function. So seniors with a hearing loss are significantly more likely to develop dementia than those who retain their hearing. And then falling. So falling is huge. So people with a mild hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a history with falling. And we know when we fall, that's not good. It ends up taking us a lot longer to really recover from that fall than when we were like 5 or 6 and we fell, every day and we could just hop right back up and do our thing. So falling, dementia, depression, those are really big concerns in the hearing industry. Another thing to note is most people recognize that they have a hearing loss, but it takes 7 years for them to go get their hearing tested. This is important information because think about you're not getting your hearing tested for 7 years, but also all of these things that we just went over, the dementia, the depression, in 7 years, that will take a toll on your mind and your body for that matter. So the minute you recognize that you have a hearing loss, a loved one has a hearing loss, or your hearing is getting worse, it's really important to go get tested to make sure that you understand what's going on with your hearing health. So dementia, depression, we're going to go into a little bit more detail with that right now. So cognition. Cognition is our brain's ability to take information and make use of it. So not only take it in, but how do we use that information? Is it valuable? Is it important? Are we going to have to make decisions off of that information? So what we know is adults with hearing loss develop a significant impairment in their cognitive abilities 3.2 years sooner than those with normal hearing. So me and you are on the same page and I have a hearing loss and you have normal hearing, I'm going to develop some sort of cognitive dissociation almost 3.5 years sooner than what you potentially could. Those with a hearing loss experience a 30% to 40% greater decline in thinking abilities. So thinking abilities, decision making, with a hearing loss, that starts to really, really decline. People who don't seek help for hearing loss are more likely to have impaired brain function and/or dementia. The worse the hearing loss is, the greater the chance of dementia. Those who don't seek help for hearing loss experience mental decline 40% faster than those who do seek help. That's why it is so important when you recognize that you are not hearing or understanding or having problem in conversation, you got to go get your hearing tested and, always staying up to date in new technology too, making sure your hearing aids are clean, working the best that they can, and doing the most that they can for you is really important. And then hearing loss might force the brain to devote too much of its energy to understanding sounds. And this is a detriment to other brain functions. So this next slide we're going to go over, and it's going to be a diagram, and I'll explain it as we go, but it has a lot to do with the energy behind hearing, seeing, and decision-making skills. So here is our house. So we have the front and we have the back. We've got the kitchen, we've got the dining room, and we have the living room. So the living room is going to be for seeing. The dining room is going to be for hearing, and the kitchen is going to be for deciding. So right now we all have equal parts. However, once our hearing starts declining and it's not fixed, that starts to move. So now we are focusing more on seeing and hearing. And now we're only leaving a little bit of energy for our decision-making skills and the processing the information. And this is not what we want. We want everything to be equal like it was in the original diagram. Because if we're not hearing well, we're not able to take in information, we're not able to decide, we're not able to have those conversations, and it starts to mess with our cognitive function. So we don't want that, right? Another picture. So with that being said, hearing aid use is associated with improved mental function, hearing impaired elderly. Okay, so we know, and research shows that if you are fit with a hearing aid, that it will improve your function. Studies suggest that using a hearing aid may offer a simple yet important way to prevent or slow down the development of dementia by keeping adults with hearing loss engaged in conversation and communication, right? So we're really wanting to stay active and stay involved in those conversations and think and reminisce on, what happened 20 years ago. That is really important for our brain and cognitive health. We can't do that though if we can't hear. So that's why hearing aids are very important. Hearing loss and depression. Depression is a serious medical condition in which a person feels hopeless, unimportant, or often unable to live in a normal way. So hearing loss and depression go hand in hand. So depression is the third most common condition developed in older adults. Social isolation as a result of hearing loss is what leads to the depression. So I don't know if you have a loved one, or maybe it's been you, but before you got hearing aids, you started to withdraw from conversation. You stopped going to the Thanksgiving dinner with your family because you couldn't hear anyone. So why go? Or, your son or daughter stopped calling you because you couldn't have a conversation over the phone because you couldn't hear them. And it was just a jumbled mess. That's what leads to the depression and the dementia. So more than 2 times those with hearing loss also had depression. And then exhaustion, problems concentrating, loss of appetite, irritability, and loss of interest in hobbies can all be signs of depression. And exhaustion is huge. If you can't hear and you're really having to focus on hearing what is being said, that is so exhausting. And so just another reason why hearing aids are so important. So how can better hearing help? So this improves your independence. I don't know if you have a son or daughter that really doesn't want you living on your own because they're worried that you can't hear, or they're worried that you may fall. So hearing aids can help not prevent, but slow some of those things from happening. It allows the patient to become more engaged socially, improves your quality of life, improves your safety, reconnect the patient to family and loved ones, and improves productivity in the workplace. So if you're still working, not being able to hear could, risk you your job, and no one wants that. We'll kind of touch too here in a little bit on some of the features the hearing aids have that kind of go hand in hand with this list as well. Speaking of the hearing aids though, there you have two options. So you have an over-the-counter option or you have a prescription option. So I'm going to go over the counter hearing aids first and touch on those, and then we'll go into the prescription option. And I'll explain kind of why one is better than the other based off of your hearing loss and your lifestyle. So over-the-counter hearing aids. So when you go get over-the-counter hearing aids, you are going into a Walgreens, a Walmart, you know, just a Tom Thumb, a grocery store, and you're going to go get hearing aids, right? So you're not getting any professional fitting. You don't know what your hearing loss is when you go and get these over-the-counter hearing aids. There's no support provided. It's like going and picking up Tylenol and going home and, you know, self-diagnosing that you need to take 500 milligrams of Tylenol. That's very similar to what's happening when you go and buy over-the-counter hearing aids. Over-the-counter hearing aids are only available if you're 18 years or older. There's no hearing evaluation required. So once again, we don't know what your hearing loss is. You're just self-diagnosing that you have a hearing loss and you're going to try something that may not fit, that probably won't work, but you know, you're going to go try it. There's no state requirements for a return policy. Also, speaking of state requirements, Paige, me, we are licensed. This is our job. This is what we're trained to do. We're trained to prescribe you hearing aids. And we have to take CEU hours. We have to keep up on our licensures. So, so over the counter, you're really not getting that, that doctor type of prescription that you really should and do need. It's for perceived mild to moderate hearing loss. So it's what you think that you have. If you have a moderate hearing loss and you've been tested before, over-the-counter hearing aids are not going to work for you. Just coming out and saying that, you're going to still really struggle. And then it comes with a self-guided instruction. So you have to figure out how to put it in your ears and change the battery, download the app. You've got to do all of that. And I don't know how to work Zoom half of the time, so let alone trying to figure out all of that fun stuff with hearing aids. I wouldn't really enjoy if I didn't already have a background on them. So then you have the option to go to a prescription hearing aid. So the prescription hearing aid is what you're going to get from Paige. You're going to walk in, you're going to get your hearing tested. She's going to fit you in a hearing aid that is appropriate for what your hearing loss is. And what your lifestyle is. I work for one manufacturer and we specialize in a couple of different things, but there are many manufacturers out there that are really good at one particular thing, and that may be what you need. And Paige has the background and education to be able to give you that educated decision and recommendation for what you need for your hearing health. So those hearing aids are programmed and they're fit to what your hearing loss is, and you're supported by a professional. So you can go in there and ask Paige questions. She's going to give you the answer exactly how we've all been trained and the proper answer. These are also for all ages too. So if you are born with a hearing loss, you will be in prescription hearing aids. I would highly doubt many people are taking their baby to Walgreens to get an over-the-counter hearing aid. They're going to go put their baby in prescription hearing aids, and it's exactly what all of us need when we have a hearing loss as well. Your hearing is evaluated. So she will know exactly what your hearing loss is, whether it's mild to moderate, severe, profound, your word recognition scores. So there's a lot that goes into that evaluation that she can find and help make your hearing better. Return. Oh, you have a question? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and if you do, whenever you come in, we will monitor your hearing and we will do a full evaluation. If you are a candidate for over-the-counter hearing aids, we do have some options for you with that, and we will help you and guide you and work with you on that as well. And then you just pay for the time or our services in helping if you have a mild to moderate hearing loss. Majority of patients, though, whenever you have a complaint about background noise or understanding the TV, you're going to have more difficulty with over-the-counter hearing aids, and you would have more success with prescriptive hearing aids.
Correct. Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely. Don't get me wrong. Prescription hearing aids will work for some people. Majority of the population will need the prescription hearing aid. So there is definitely a group of people that OTC hearing aids will work for. And then for the degree of hearing loss, the hearing aid is programmed to what your individual hearing loss profile is, which would be your audiogram. And then follow-up care instructions, all of that will be provided from Paige. So she's going to be able to take care of your needs for the long term. So evolve to effortless hearing. So Starkey has Evolve products. So that's our platform. And so our kind of MO is for effortless hearing, to be able to just put your hearing aids in and not have to worry about them and just be able to go about your everyday life. So what does effortless mean? So our hearing aids adapt in real time to any environment. It allows for a seamless listening experience. So we can connect them to your Android phone, your iPhone, and it's very, very easy. There's advanced features for speech understanding and sound quality in complex environments. So like restaurants or gymnasiums. Hearing aids that help maintain connections to the world. A variety of styles to accommodate all hearing losses. Fitting tools that allow for flexibility in hearing aid fittings, tools to remove barriers to pursuing hearing healthcare, and then hearing aids can be fit accurately and quickly. So effortless hearing also helps Paige to be able to make it easy for her to fit you and get you hearing well quickly. So environment management. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because I think there's a lot of extra information that may not be needed, but we have fast acting noise management and then we have slow acting noise management. And this is important for you guys because it's in those environments where you're really trying to hear better and eliminate that background noise. So for the fast acting noise management, we have speech and noise, we have speech and loud noise, and then we have transient. Okay, and then for slow acting noise management, we have for wind, machinery, quiet environments, and then auto music. So that's if you're going to the orchestra or opera or something of that nature. Then we have directionality, and directionality is really important because we want our microphones to be focused on what we're trying to understand and not the baby crying 5 tables away at the restaurant, or our car is super, super loud when we have our hearing aids on. So that's where directionality comes into play. So how we can help and how our technology can help is we provide rapid noise processing. So what this does is it improves your social engagement in a variety of listening environments. Then we have help with speech understanding in windy and noisy situations. So this allows for you to better enjoy life outdoors. I don't know if any of you guys are golfers, but when you have your hearing aids on and the wind is blowing over those microphones, that's not fun for anybody. Or, if you lived in Oklahoma or Kansas, that wind can be crazy up there. So we want you to be able to go and enjoy those things and wear your hearing aids while doing it. And then provide easier listening in restaurants and social gatherings. And this is just going to create a better quality of life. Being able to go to a restaurant and understand people that you're trying to hear and engage with has to make some people happy. So it will definitely improve your quality of life there. And then we have multiple ways that you can stream. So you can stream to a TV and computer straight to your hearing aids. And this kind of reconnects you back to entertainment. And we all like watching TV, most of us anyway. And a lot of people will, or when I was in clinic, a lot of people are like, I have such a hard time with the Hallmark channel or with the news. And so being able to have the hearing aids connected to your TV will help you make those adjustments that you need specifically for yourself. And being a little selfish there, it's for you, okay? And then also we have, you can connect to your phone or your iPad. So this allows you to listen to the conversation in both ears at the same time without any delays. And this improves the communication with your family, or even if you are still working and have to answer phone calls all the time, just think of them as like your own little AirPods or your headphones or something. That's exactly what would be happening in this situation. So we have patient-driven controls. So you're able to take your hearing aids and have full control over them at the palm of your hands. And that is with our Thrive app. So you can turn the volume up and down. You can change programs. You can do all these crazy things that truthfully you should not have to do, but every once in a while we're in a unique situation and need to, and you'll have full control. And then we have a feature called Edge Mode. So we know when we're wearing our hearing aids, they're making adjustments all the time. So that's what they do. From the minute you put them in your ears until the minute you take them out, they're making adjustments constantly. But there are those situations where we just can't seem to hear what the person is saying, or we can hear them, but we can't understand them. And that's where Edge Mode comes into play. So what you would do is you would double tap your hearing aid to engage Edge Mode, and it would take a 15-second snapshot of what you were listening to before and really enhance the voices that you're trying to hear. And you're like, well, how the heck do they know who I'm trying to listen to? So Evolve uses artificial intelligence to detect the voices and give you better speech audibility with those particular voices. I have my grandpa wears these hearing aids, and so my niece, he has to engage Edge Mode when he's trying to hear her because her voice is so quiet and he just can never hear her. So when she comes in the room and she's talking, he engages Edge Mode, and it gives him a boost in the specific frequencies that he needs to be able to hear her. It would be really great for a restaurant setting. You engage Edge Mode, it removes that background noise and the kitchen noise and the plates being dropped. You just engage that, and it will reduce that and enhance that speech clarity for you. So it's continually analyzing the environment, and it has an advanced level of comfort and clarity. There's also unique adaptations for any environments when engaged. So what it may do for me, it may not do for you, because it's environment specific and person specific. Once the settings are fixed once it's engaged. So once you tap on it, that's all you have to do. And it doesn't make changes or anything like that. It does what it needs to do, and it stays until you unengage it, or you take your hearing aids out in the evening. And then to disengage and engage to accommodate changes to the listening environment. So you can use Edge Mode as many times as you want throughout the day, and it'll make the changes on that environment, but it'll stay fixed once it's engaged.
Taylor, what our patients say, like what did the research say about patient perception when using Edge Mode?
So there was like a 13% increase of speech clarity there was a small like study of like 14 people that used it, and there was a noticeable difference when edge mode was engaged, but there was like a 14% word recognition. That was an improvement. So we are seeing a huge improvement of speech clarity and people being able to understand what the other person is saying. Like I said, my grandpa loves it. It's a night and day difference. And it's one of those things where you have to try it almost to be able to recognize what is happening, right? It's easy for me to sit here and speak on it. But until you experience it, it's kind of like, oh, it is what it is, but no, it's awesome.
Yeah. And then there's also somebody in the chat said, is there a subscription to the Thrive app? And to my knowledge, there is not. Correct, Taylor?
No.
Okay, there is not. But this is what you can do. You can call Brittany, come into the office, and you will be able to borrow and use it. So call Brittany. She'll get you scheduled. The number is 214-987-4114. That again is 214-987-4114, and we can get you scheduled to try it out. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Yep, no subscription. It's easy download. Paige and Brittany definitely can help you out with that. But yes, the Thrive app's great. Edge mode, super awesome. And the cool thing is our edge mode is available in majority of all of our technologies. So it's not specific to just one hearing aid. There's a lot of different hearing aids that include the edge mode. So that is going to lead me to our next topic here. So the Evolve platform with Starkey has literally every hearing aid. So we go clear down to the IIC, clear up to the Power Plus BTE 13. So a Power Plus BTE 13 is probably not going to work for a lot of our hearing loss, but everything else will. So we have something as small as just being able to stick it down into your ear and being completely invisible. Then we have obviously our bigger Power Plus BTEs. The cool thing about Starkey is we really specialize in our custom products. So when you see these little guys on TV and they're like, oh, it's invisible and you can just put it in your ear, they're not custom to what your ear is. Whereas our products are. So Paige would take an ear impression and send it to Minnesota, and it would be made specifically for you, which is really cool. And our CIC here, this portion right here, sorry, I was on the wrong screen. So this here, if you look at this little wire, that is actually an antenna. So that is how that hearing aid connects to your phone. It doesn't stick out super far from your ear or anything like that. It's still a very, very small hearing aid, but you can still stream. You can still listen to your audiobooks. It has all of the really great features that these bigger hearing aids have, just for a smaller look, okay? And then we have these two here. They are custom products as well, so they'll fit perfectly for your ears, but they're rechargeable. So you never have to worry about changing the batteries, anything like that. They have edge mode on them, so you can engage edge mode with just a double tap. And these little prongs, you see the little yellow gold things, that's how they recharge, or that's where they hold their charge. So you pop them on the charger and they charge that way. So very, very cool products.
Yes, and Starkey was the first manufacturer to come out with custom rechargeable.
Yeah.
So it's in your ear. Every other manufacturer has something that's in your ear and you have to pop in and out of the battery. Starkey was the first that came out with that. Taylor, we also have another great question from Jessie. Yeah. She said, is edge mode only available with Starkey? And yes, it is proprietary to Starkey technology. They worked very long and hard hours to come up with this logarithmic strategy that helps improve patients' clarity and understanding in those difficult listening environments. So yes, that is proprietary to Starkey.
Mhm. Yes, we are very, very proud of our edge mode. And that's why I think it was such a huge thing for me to touch on, because it's so important for you guys too, to be able to have that additional help in the environments that you're just not there. You're not picking it all up. And edge mode will definitely get you there. And so the edge mode is available in our custom products. So these rechargeable custom products here. And then we have a micro RIC. So this is also kind of a little fun hearing aid that we have. It has the same technology as our regular receiver in the canal hearing aids. It's just a little bit tiny. It's a little baby. And so you can use it the same as the RIC products. It would be, in my opinion, normally I would fit it on someone who maybe had a smaller ear and didn't have a lot of room, or if you have glasses and you're worried about that. The only downfall is that you do have to change the batteries there, whereas our RIC comes rechargeable. So battery life on the micro RIC is normally 5 to 7 days with the 312 battery, depending on streaming. And same with our RIC product, but then our rechargeable RIC product, you just put it in the charger every night, get your full charge, wake up in the morning and go about your day. So yeah, that's just kind of a brief overview of all of our hearing aid products that we have. And lastly, I'm going to touch a little bit on just the fun features that our hearing aids have, and then also the accessories that come with them. So we have this TV streamer here. So if you and your husband, you and your wife, your companion, say you both have hearing aids, you would only need one TV streamer. And you both could plug into the TV streamer. You both can make your adjustments. There can be up to 5 people on this TV streamer with Starkey hearing aids. You can't have other hearing aids, but if you both have Starkey hearing aids, you all can be on this TV streamer. You live in, assisted living or a nursing home or something, and multiple people there have Starkey hearing aids. It may be a benefit for you guys to get this TV streamer. We have the remote mic plus, microphone plus. So it's this little guy here with the green light. He's kind of long and narrow, but he is beneficial if you have a flip phone or you have an Android product that doesn't connect to our hearing aids. We do have a vast majority of the Android products do connect directly to our hearing aids, but for those one-off cell phones that don't, we have this here so you can still be hands-free and answer your phone through your hearing aids. Oh, and one other thing to point to, just as I'm looking at this remote, our custom products, these ITEs and ITCs, if you have dexterity issues, so if you have issues picking the hearing aid up or putting it in your ear, this is a great option. The rechargeable, you just set it there and it connects, and it's easy to put into your ear. They are a little bit bigger, but they're flush with your ear. And so it's very, very nice to have that option with these custom products.
Yeah, they're easier for the patient to grab onto. It's not flimsy. It's a acrylic material, hard material. Some other types of hearing aids kind of have flimsy parts or little rubber parts. No, this is easy in, easy out is what we actually call it. Yep.
And then to go back to the remote, same with this remote. This remote is a really great option if you have dexterity issues. It's about the size, it's smaller than a cell phone. But visually, you can see what buttons you are pushing, and then it's easy to hold and it's easy to push the buttons because it's really just like a remote. And so you could still have control over your hearing aids with, any of these options, which makes it really, really nice. Then we have the mini remote microphone. This is for a loved one. So say you're wearing hearing aids and your husband isn't, yeah, if you're wearing hearing aids and you can't understand your husband, he could wear this mini remote microphone and his voice is going to be picked up from the microphone and streamed into your hearing aids so you can hear him. And say you want to wear it and your husband has hearing aids, then he can't say that he has selective hearing, because we know that whatever you're saying is going directly into his ears. So we for sure know that he's listening to us, listening to us then. Then we have the table mic. And this is probably my favorite accessory that we have at Starkey that attaches to our hearing aids, and for a couple of reasons. The table mic does everything that all the other products do. So it's like one product that has 5 different functions in it. So you can set the table mic down at your table and hear everybody that's talking, and it'll actually light up when someone is speaking to allow you to know that that sound is coming into your hearing aids. It also directly connects to your TV. So you can use it as a TV streamer. You can have someone else wear it, so it's picking up their voice and streaming into your ears. There's 6 different microphones on it, so it's always looking for who is talking and what is being said, to get you really great speech clarity. There is some background noise reduction in there, which is also an added bonus. So that's it for our accessories. And then just some of the really cool features. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to a doctor's appointment and you can't remember what was said at the doctor's appointment or what time they wanted you to come back. Our hearing aids in the Thrive app actually have a feature called transcribe. So you could lay your phone down and push transcribe, and whatever is said during that appointment will be saved in a PDF form through your hearing aids, and you can save it and you can go back and look and read what was said in case you missed something, in case your daughter or son wanted to know what was said and you just couldn't remember it all. They can go back and read that. So that is just a really cool feature to have in general. I actually use it in meetings, so I can go back and look and be like, okay, that's what they said in the meeting. So I really enjoy that.
Absolutely, Taylor. And we actually use it. My dad has some memory issues, and we actually use it with his neurologist appointments with him and my mom, just so I can kind of help review what was going on, what's happening. So that's something that really helps as well.
Yep. It's a really great feature. I don't know if any of you guys travel, but these hearing aids actually translate. Don't quote me on this. I think it's 68 different languages. So they will recognize that language and then translate it into English for you, if that's something, that you need. There is also, go ahead.
So also really quick, Murray Gordon had a great question. He said, do your hearing aids connect through Bluetooth on iPhone, or does it use hearing device app on iPhone? And I believe the answer is both. Can you expand upon that? Yeah, so it doesn't connect. So like if you go and look at your settings and you go to your Bluetooth, it does not connect there. So it kind of connects in a different location on your iPhone, to answer your question. So yes and no, but it does use a form of Bluetooth to stream audiobooks, music, phone calls, anything you do on your phone. It does use to stream. Yes. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. And then another cool thing too is they have an activity tracker on our hearing aids. So you can track your communication. So how often you're having conversations. So that ties right back into that cognitive function we were talking about. So you can, if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, you have a goal. So the hearing aid goal is 200 points per day, and it will track your steps, how often you're standing up, and then also your cognitive function, which all comes together to give you your total points for the day. So they have a lot of really cool features in them.
fall alert. So I think this one is super important. So earlier we were talking about falling and how impactful it is for you. So these hearing aids use the AI technology again to figure out which way your head is moving, and it actually will send a text to a loved one if you fall. And so they can call and make sure that you're okay. And if you're not okay, they can call an ambulance or someone, or they can run over to help you. So it's very similar to like Life Alert. If you have fallen and you can't get up, then you push the Life Alert. Well, now you don't have to wear anything around your neck. It's just located within your hearing aids, and it uses that same type of function. There's two-way audio, so we can be completely hands-free. So you can answer and end your phone calls with your hearing aids without having to even take your phone out of your purse or out of your back pocket. You can just talk and answer your phone calls all from your hearing aids. We already talked about edge mode. You can have your hearing aids set up to send you reminders like, hi, Paige, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That would come through your hearing aid as a reminder, and you can have it sent as often as you want. So tons of really, really cool, really great features. Another one is we have Thrive Assistant. So if you have eyesight problems or you have dexterity issues, you can actually tell your hearing aids to turn the volume up, turn the volume down. Hey, Thrive, what is the weather out today? And it would say it's 70 degrees. So you can use these hearing aids almost like a mini Alexa as well. So lots of fun, cool things. Last thing I'll touch on is, along with the Thrive app, we have the Thrive Care app. So say you're not the one wearing hearing aids, but it's your mom or dad wearing hearing aids. You can download the Thrive Care app and kind of spy on them a little bit and make sure that their hearing aids are charged, make sure that they're wearing their hearing aids, make sure that they're up and active with them. And I think that's important for us because it allows our parents or your mom and dad to still be independent, but us still have some sort of connection and touch point that we know that they're up doing what they need to do. So I really, really like that app. But I think that's all I have. You guys have had really, really good questions. Any other questions I can answer or anything like that?
David has a question, and this is a great question. I love this question. And while Taylor's answering this question, feel free to type out any other questions. And then once we're done with this, we'll have like an open forum for about 5 minutes of questions here. So David's question is, are your hearing aids waterproof?
So they have an IP rating of 68. So that is one of the highest IP rating any of the hearing aids have. I don't ever like to say technology is 100% waterproof, especially when we live in Dallas and the humidity. We're bound to get some sort of moisture in our hearing aids or in any technology that we have on us. So I wouldn't say waterproof, but we do have one of the highest AP ratings that you can get in regards to water resistance.
Yes, it's like the same IP rating as your phone.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have seen that commercial of that rap artist, Lil Wayne, and he's pouring a champagne bottle on the phone and he says, oh my gosh, it still works. Hearing aids actually have that same IP rating as our cell phones. So, which is really good.
Yeah. We have like a robust coating and nano coating on our lithium ion batteries. So the computer chips are all really wrapped up and really from moisture, but I never want to say it's 100%. So.
Yeah. And Murray had a great question. What if you accidentally get in the shower with it? Well, if you accidentally get in the shower with it, we do have electronic devices that you can come to our office, tell us what happened, and try to do it as soon as possible. Okay. You want to turn your hearing aids off. So, you know, if you get them wet, you get in the shower accidentally, immediately turn them off and then call us. We have electronic devices called the Redux. They actually just started making them for phones. And the little tiny box is about $4,000 to be honest, and it's really expensive. But we offer that for our patients in case they do get in the shower. If you're in warranty, guess what? It doesn't matter. We'll send them off to the manufacturer for you. You don't have a cost to that because you're in warranty with us. And then if you aren't in warranty, that's whenever we need to make sure that we can put them through our drying box, our little expensive box that we have. And we, of course, will always get you loaners during that time frame. We offer that to our patients.
Yeah. And Paige and I have a really great relationship. So, anything that she needs, I'm here to help her. Whatever she needs, I'm just an extension of her payroll. Let's put it that way. So I am there to help.
Yes.
Obviously, all of our number one goal is to make sure that everybody's hearing that the best they can. And that's just what we're here to do.
Those are great questions. Any other questions? And then Brittany, if you'll go ahead and get the winners of the drawing ready.
Okay, I have the winner of the drawing. Did we have any more questions? All righty. Well, the winner is Sandy Thompson. Sandy, congratulations. You are the winner. And you have won a $25 gift card to Hat Creek Burger Company.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Also,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
would like to, anybody that would like to get scheduled to come in and try devices, Taylor is offering a complimentary charger and a complimentary accessory. So that could be a table mic, a TV device that'll stream directly from your TV, a remote microphone. So you get your charger if you want to do rechargeability, and then also a complimentary device. So if you would like to get in on that, please give Brittany a call. And her number again is 214-987-4114. And she has put that in the chat for y'all. Thank you, everybody, for attending. If you have any questions or anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. And Taylor, thank you so much for being a guest speaker today.
Thanks. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. And it was so nice to talk with you guys today and enjoy the nice Dallas weather. It's awesome out there.
Yes.
So we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you,
ladies.
everybody.
Bye.